You were saying we were representing ourselves and not brands.
And not a brand, which is very exciting. What is talked about a lot is of course, the creator community. So creators are the new brands, basically. We slowly started to pitch our podcast idea, right? Well, then someone said,
oh, so you're creators. And then we were like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. And that was a really funny thing for us to say because we hadn't even created one episode yet.
None.
If you want to come and get it, la 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 la, la 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 la. Welcome to Rosy and Domino.
Herveetje.
Herveetje.
I think we need to start the con story at Herveetje.
Yeah, Herveetje was our Airbnb host.
Yeah.
And
but the French people would probably say Hervé.
Hervé. And we decided to come to Cannes on a whim. It wasn't planned. I got nudged by my friend and coach Julianne, who said she was going to be at Cannes Lions, and said maybe you should join. And it was really inconvenient. I actually had other things going on in that week, but something in me said I need to go. And then I tried to find reasons to go against my gut and not go to Cannes. So I was like, oh, it's probably really expensive. It wasn't to fly there. It wasn't expensive. And it's like, oh, and all the hotels are probably booked and all the Airbnbs are probably taken. But no, first search, Herveetje, his Airbnb, was affordable and nice and close to the whole thing. Yeah. So and available to cancel at the last minute. So I felt like I was a sign. Yeah. So I booked that. And then I told you about Cannes. I said, yeah, I'm going to Cannes. And then how did you react?
I instantly, when you told me about Cannes and this opportunity, I felt like, okay, maybe that's also where I'm meant to be. And then this sort of was served on a plate by you, basically, because you were like, well, found Herveetje and, all the other. So it could be a really fun thing to do together. And I've been there one time before, but many years ago, like 9 years ago, when I was working at an internship in an agency. So back then I was there with a company, with two very fun colleagues at the time. But this time we got there as ourselves, which was also a really exciting way to present yourself, or I walk in to these different brand areas as yourself.
Not representing a brand or not hiding, just stepping into ourselves. But I think that also made the trip, just to finish off on Hervé, we booked that Airbnb, which wasn't like a hotel sponsored by our company. No. It was in someone's home. Come back from like the boulevard, which was a capitalist circus. Yeah. Going up the stairs quietly, not to wake up Hervéetje. Wait, did we already say why we say tje?
No. Why do we say tje?
Well, why do we say tje? Well, in Dutch, when you make something cute or small, you add tje. Yeah. So it's actually Hervé, but then we kept calling him Hervéetje.
And he felt like such a sweet man, so that immediately created the tje. So it became Hervéetje because we were like, adorable.
Yeah, adorable. It was perfect to come home to Hervéetje. Yeah. But okay, you were saying we were representing ourselves and not brands.
And not a brand, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
And I think then, while we were there, more and more, what is talked about a lot is of course the creator community. So creators are the new brands, basically. So we slowly started to, while we were there and meeting people, we started to pitch our podcast idea, right? We started to talk about what we're planning to do, the situation we're in, explaining, basically, you're still with Google, I'm still with Maersk, but, we have a couple months left. This is what we're going to create, the podcast. Someone said,
oh, so you're creators. And then we were like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. And that was a really funny thing for us to say because we hadn't even created one episode yet.
None.
We were like, well, who cares? Yeah. We'll just embody that we will. And that was really interesting because we got more and more comfortable presenting to people, we're creating a podcast, and where we'd share what it was about. And it was really interesting to hear the feedback.
Agreed. Super cool.
We acid tested, at least to like the audience, which is like, I think at Cannes, it is the marketing stage of
Yeah.
the world. And we spoke to complete strangers what we're going to do. And we got so much constructive feedback, but also excitement, which I found fascinating. And it reminds me a bit of those days in the Bay Area in California, where everyone had a startup, where people were raising funding with just an idea. Nothing had been created yet. And I felt like we were in the same position. We were just an idea. Sometimes people would just come up to us and be excited about the fact that we were going to launch something. And
exactly,
that an idea can be so powerful.
Yeah, and that people can be inspired by already only sharing an idea and a dream that you have. And that can already get people very excited for you. And getting the positive feedback. There was a point where we met two incredible Dutch men that were also super, super excited for us. And started to bounce back a little bit, also throwing in ideas, throwing in sort of references where it was maybe you can look at that. And this type of fun sparring is where we got a lot of energy from as well.
Yeah.
And it's incredible how much of a connection you can then make with total strangers that can then create so much excitement for what we're actually doing. Yeah.
And I think this is where we are manifesting, or we started to manifest, because what they say about manifesting is you have to know what you want, but then let go of the thing that you want and embody the feelings of already having what you want. So we want to start a podcast. We have 0 episodes, but so we don't have it yet, but we're embodying the fact that we are podcast creators.
Yeah.
And then we noticed that's how the world met us.
Yes.
So
that's how they saw us.
How they saw us. And we also believed it. We felt like we were podcast creators without having had an episode. So I think the point is...
When we tried to get into Spotify, that was funny. It was of course, yeah. So we need your handle, and then you can come in. And we were like, fuck, we don't even have a Spotify handle yet.
And then we were like, we have to create that. Yeah. I think, we were just...
It helped also to get clarity on...
What is the next step? On actually becoming the thing that we are envisioning that we are.
List.
Yeah, the to-do list.
I would love for you to explain a little bit more about that. How can that help your mind to actually get you further? Instead of sort of saying, I want this, and this is what I want, this is what I lack in my life. Because you're saying you have to embody it.
No, I think what you just said, I want this, I don't have this. So we're all transmitting frequencies. It's physics, actually. But
I think a lot of people would now think, like me, being like, wait, what?
Okay. Well, let's just say that we're like radio stations, and we're all transmitting a frequency. And when you really want that thing, be it a job, be it a person, be it an apartment, if you focus too much on wanting it, I really want that job, what you're signaling as a radio station is, I don't have it, I don't have it. So the universe will also always answer with yes. It meets you with where you are. So if you're signaling you really want something, but your focus is actually subconsciously on that you don't have it, the universe will answer with lack. You're signaling lack, so you get lack back. So that's why the thing you're so desperately chasing is always just out of reach.
Yeah.
However, if you, for instance, really want that job, and that's where there's a paradox. You have to know what you want, but then let it go and embody the feelings of already having the thing that you want. Yeah. So if you want that job in that example, just imagine what it feels like. And it helps to write it down. I do this in manifestation exercises for myself. It helps to write down I am so grateful that I got job X. It makes me feel so much safer in terms of finances. It makes me feel that I'm aligned to my career objectives. And I am just so happy that this came into my life.
Yeah.
You say that and you really try and feel the feelings of having the job. And then you are actually, your frequency is changed to that of embodying instead of that of lacking, where the likelihood of you being met and actually getting the job is higher. Yeah. And I think that's what we did we weren't focusing anymore on we don't have any episodes. We were focusing on, no, we are podcast creators. And the whole festival met us there.
Yeah.
And we were all of a sudden standing at creator parties.
Yeah. Yes, we were. That was insane.
That was insane. And
that was insane.
That's because we manifested it.
We manifested it. So the exercise would be for people then, that would help them in this as well. When they have a big goal or something they want to move towards, or something they want to manifest.
Yes.
Is that something you would write down and you look at that regularly? Is it like write it down, like let it be?
Write it down, but don't focus too much on the desire or what you want. Focus on what it feels like to have it.
There's less desperation. When you are embodying it, it's more like, it will give me, so you're already coming across in a different way, so you can meet it,
but I think it's
on a different level.
I mean, I think we've all noticed it. Whatever you chase runs.
Yeah.
Which is also physics. And I think we've all experienced it, right? Like, if you feel like someone is desperate to be your friend, you become a bit
like,
yeah.
What are we? Why?
Why? Like, and
why me?
It's a balance. Yeah.
What does it say about you?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
It's good to know what you want, but don't chase it.
No.
Embody it.
Whatever you chase runs. Write that down as well.
Have you ever? I'm just curious. Have you ever subconsciously manifested something?
I have. It was being more comfortable with my financial insecurity. So I wrote that down. I then looked back at that 2 weeks later, and a lot happened when I looked back. I was like, whoa. Like, I had certain conversations with my family. I was more vocal about it with friends. I had a coach that helps me from an outplacement program that I voiced it with, and focused also indeed on the feeling of comfortable in my own body with the uncomfortability that I had with the money. So rest, it's okay, be relaxed, don't worry about it too much. And having talked about it more and more, right now I'm at a really good place and I don't feel so uncomfortable. I feel generally more comfortable. I speak about it, I'm open, and that helps because before I closed it off, so it became a thing. It lightened my mood around it, and I'm not uncomfortable anymore to actually be open and honest about that. It can already help you to look at it differently in 2 weeks. For me, it was 2 weeks, but it's still on my list, of course. I want to embody that more, also with the dream that we now both share with this. Eventually, we would love to earn money with this, but we know that won't be here tomorrow.
No, but it will come.
But it will come.
Yeah.
And I love that we have also a little bit of manifestation together.
Yeah, we do.
I love that.
Because, if you're not backing your own dreams, if you don't believe in them, then how can that be answered?
But also who will?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you only have yourself in that.
Yeah. And I think this is also the invitation for anyone listening to, follow your dreams and don't obsess over them. I think that's also the trick of manifestation. Know what you want, embody the feelings of having it already, and then let the universe take care of it. Because we're always attracting opportunities that are aligned to where we're at. Because, I don't know, I just know so many friends, that are obsessed about getting a relationship, and then in that obsession become angry at the dating world. Constantly, settle for something less than they deserve and become very unhappy, and then it feeds into the self-fulfilling prophecy that they won't get the thing that they want. And I think that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yes, exactly.
I think what many people are now navigating, which is maybe change and maybe wanting something different, and what mindset to use when doing that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cool.
So we were talking about Can, but we got a bit carried away.
But life is in the tangents.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit more about creativity.
Yeah, I think one thing we both found really interesting is, so creativity is something that we both find amazing. We think all people have it.
Yeah.
But then I think creativity is something you access, when you're in flow state, or when you're inspired, or actually when you're also in stillness. In some ways, we do it all differently. But then we're at the festival for creativity.
Yeah.
But in the most kind of grand capitalist structure ever.
Wow.
It was like a circus. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're walking on the boulevard. We see Lando Norris from Formula One on a stage.
Big Lando fan, so I was very happy with that.
Yeah,
but it was like binoculars.
You actually said that morning, like...
I was like, okay, my favorite rider is Lando.
Rider? Oh, rider. Oh.
Yeah, rider.
Rider? Well, maybe he's...
Driver. Sorry, driver. Rider?
Well, maybe riding, like riding
Yeah, riding.
the car.
No.
But maybe he's writing a book as well.
Yeah, who knows? My favorite driver. Sorry. Whoopsie. Favorite driver, Lando Norris.
Well, you also said, it was funny, you said it that morning, and then who do we see? So maybe you even manifested that, speaking of.
But, you know, we weren't really there. We were walking on the boulevard. We saw him in a distance. And then we were like, okay, on to the next thing, because we weren't able to get in.
No.
But interesting enough, like we were able to get in a lot of these brand areas.
And just saying who we were.
Saying who we were and what our dreams are.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what we did. We shared the dream.
Yeah, and often also when we went to like whatever, a party, and we had the audacity to join the VIP line.
Yeah.
We knew we could get rejected, but we just said, this is us and we want to get in and we're making a podcast.
Yeah.
And actually, weirdly, that was enough.
It was enough. It was enough. So in a way, like, I mean, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Sorry, we have a tendency to say the word honest as honest. Let's be honest.
And we find it very funny.
We find it very funny. Don't know if other people will.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
we do. So we're using the word honest and honestly. But let's be honest. The Cannes Festival for Creativity does invite creativity in like that. I mean, you're coming there with an idea, with a dream, and certain brands and branded areas meet you there.
Yeah.
And they're like, love it, come in. Like, of course.
And that was really fun. But I think what was also really interesting for us to realize, given that it's been a couple months that we're out of corporate and we're exploring this, which is free expression, how much we realized we were limited by being under a brand.
Yeah.
And then we went to these presentations at big brands and corporate media / tech companies, and it was very cringy.
It was like, we're inviting some people over to the stage. You and you come on stage, and now we're going to do this whole like this quiz with you. And then what comes on screen, like pictures of them and all that. And we were like, wait, how can this not be prepared if you have a picture here of the person on stage with his or her girlfriend? So it was like, how can this be created when they're just picked out of the crowd? Yeah. And then, and afterwards, someone from the area was asking for feedback, and you gave it. You were like, we were a bit unsure about how honest you guys were around the whole,
how spontaneous it was. Maybe they did pick up those people on the day and made them send in pictures on the day, but that is not for the average normal layperson audience. That isn't spontaneous.
It is not spontaneous. It's very cringe.
And it's very cringe. And it's, it went through the brand guidelines and the regulations. But the thing is, what was so cringy about this, it was a mirror for me because I created these events. I did so many of these. And I thought I was doing a very spontaneous job with doing these funny, questions that you'd ask. But you would have told the person you were asking them in advance. Yeah. And that was like the cool part of it. But and it's just not cool.
It's such a mirror. It's such a mirror.
Cool. And I was like, oh my God, this is so
this is
corporate.
Me, a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and I would speak in my job at Google with creators sometimes that would give me this feedback.
I find that super interesting because you were working for YouTube, right? Yeah. Right now you're going to work for YouTube, but as a creator yourself.
Yeah.
So you're on the other side of...
And this is going to be like, a humbling
we will run into things where you're like, wow, me sitting there in my ivory tower, in a way, actually, because you're on the side of the brand.
No, but I'll tell you something else. Yeah. Like, I think I'm going to be eating a lot of humble crumble because I literally told brands how to do YouTube from a commercial standpoint. Yeah. And now I just realize how incredibly, outside in. No, inside out.
Is it out?
Inside out, that was from a commercial Google lens. And it'll be very interesting now that I'm stepping on the other side with you as creators, because our podcast will live on YouTube. We hope you will watch it, because we're really thinking about the visual experience in this. So it'll be really interesting to see if I can actually follow all of my own advice. And I already can tell you, no.
Yeah, clear.
So,
already learning a lot. Our conclusion as well was, right, that parts of us belong in that world.
Yeah, how did you feel about being back in that world? Or
excited, because it is the world I'm familiar with. I can get excited, but about fun, branded, like stunts. There's a lot of things that I gain a lot of energy from being in that branded space and working with brands. Worked for many big brands, gives you a lot of opportunities as well because of the scale of the brands that I've worked for before. And I can really appreciate that. But being on the outside also showed a lot that there's also a gap to bridge. It is also that media circus, and where's the honesty in what the brands are doing?
Yeah. I think, and Julianne that brought us to Cannes, what she said really well was you have to be comfortable with paradox.
Yeah.
And that's definitely how I felt at Cannes, because I, on the one hand, was also meeting with people that are working on, and we won't go into it too much now, but working on consciousness expansion in the world and raising the collective consciousness in, for instance, capitalist structures. If you don't understand anything of what I just said, don't worry, this is not what the episode is about. But let's just say it was a very different crowd energy than the capitalist structure, which Cannes is and was. Yeah. And what was an interesting mirror for me, it's since I'm also very interested in, spirituality, that I can be very much in that world and love it. But I had to be honest with myself that a part of me also feels very at home and comfortable in this media circus.
Exactly.
I love balloons and glitz and glam and parties and people dressing up. And like, it's not why I go, but once I'm there, I just enjoy it. And at one point we were drinking frozen rosé from like heart-shaped straws. Yeah. And that just makes me really happy.
Yeah, it did make me very happy as well. For me, the mirror also was really in, okay, I've done a lot of creative things within, and I feel at home with brands, but the brands do box you in a certain way. And that was the mirror that I really got. It's like, okay, I feel I'm very part of that branded world. I love that corporate world, but my creativity spans, and there's much more that can come out that I want to come out that maybe can't come out when I'm inside of walls like that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe to a certain degree. So maybe it's part-time, maybe it's freelance, maybe it's like, I don't know, but there's many other ways to look at it. Yeah. Rather than being boxed into your job description and being, I don't know, brand guidelines holding you back. You know?
Yeah, we were more limited than we knew. Yeah. And it needs to be expressed, and it could never be expressed the way that you have the ability to express under that brand title. Yeah. And I think we noticed that walking around there, that it's a blind side for the corporates working in the creative positions at corporates, that they don't even see that to, the actual average creative person, it's boxed in.
Yeah, it's boxed in.
Yeah. But we still appreciate these structures, and we think we will work with them and feel comfortable with them, but we're happy also to step away.
Yeah, exactly. That was the conclusion.
Yeah. Yeah. Dip the toe in, but not like go full in.
Not full foot.
No, full feet. I think we have to end with Herr Veetje.
Herr Veetje. Our main man.
Our main man, he made the trip. And his family. Yeah. Adorable. On our way out, when we got like an Uber to the airport, he like gave us like pieces of watermelon.
Yeah, that was so sweet. He was like, it's so hot.
I maybe already said that at the beginning, but like that if we were representing like a company or a brand, we'd probably be in some kind of
Crazy hotel.
Yeah, like crazy hotel, or like a very sterile hotel room. And now we were like in the family life of the Southern French man with his grandchildren and his wife, and it was just so wholesome. That was a nice
Kids
contrast.
playing in a little pool that they built. So sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah, adorable.
Okay.
We will be back, Hervéetje.
We will be back. Yeah, Hervéetje. You better be ready.